Good afternoon, traders. This is Chris here from the tradingmentors.com. I hope you are well and welcome to the midweek Forex update. This is going out generally to the public onto YouTube, and I'm just going to go over the markets in the next few minutes to find out what is trending. But don't forget, we've got the FOMC decision tonight. The interest rate decision is at 6 o'clock GMT. So the markets will be very low in volume, of course, until that decision. And of course, then we've got non-farm payroll on Friday, so look out for that. So US dollar will be sideways completely until that news is out. So I don't hold any positions on US dollar. I don't hold any positions on gold. I've got a few positions looking at them on the Canadian Swiss. Going to go over that. Pound New Zealand, pound Canadian. All pretty much sideways today so far. But just to let you know, for everybody who doesn't know already, if you go to members benefits at thetradingmentors.com, that gives you what's going on. If you're not a member already, just click on here, free access, and I do the daily video now, so I analyze the markets every day for members. And don't forget to click on strong trends here on the website, because this tells you what's moving. So here we can see the Aussie yen is moving. It's a strong buy. What else is going on? Euro dollar strong sell. Pound yen strong buy. We're going to have a look at that. Ray mentioned that as well. Pound USD strong sell. So just flick down on that each morning before you start, and it tells you what's moving. Handy bit of kit. Let's go into the markets. So I'm delighted to welcome you to the midweek Forex forecast. And if there is any changes, major changes tonight after 6 p.m, then I will do another video for members. If there's nothing going on, then of course I won't. And we'll look forward to another one tomorrow. In any case, the Canadian Swiss, we've got a change of character. Now, the Advanced Pro charts tells you when to buy. And it also tells you when to sell. That's it, simple as that. It tells you what's parabolic and what's not. So we are long this, and there's been a few questions coming back from members, so thank you for that. Ray wanted to give us an example of how to calculate lots in a trade, so I'm going to do that now just to make it easier. So this is the situation with the Canadian Swiss, and Colin asked to confirm setups as an example. So we have as a setup, we have a change of character. So the chart goes green. We have the price. This is bounced off the support line here. This green zone is a buy order block, and high probability it's going to go up. Of course, nothing's guaranteed in life, but nonetheless, this is the rules. And we do expect to pull back down to this support line and then go up to 67.20, somewhere like that. So in this instance, the setup is above the 50-day moving average, buy signal, gone green, change of character to the upside. Now, in terms of lot size, Ray was asking about a 200,000 account and how you calculate the lot. So in this instance, we've got a 100 pip stop. Our actual stop is a lot narrower than that, but this is just a good example. It's below the support area, and we've got a 168 pip target. So it's 1.68 risk to reward. So this is the Canadian Swiss in a buy order. Entry is 0.6550, and we have a planned stop of 64.50 with a target of 67.20. Now on 200,000, you might want to risk 1%, let's say $2,000, or you might want to risk more, so that's reasonable, or 2% is 4,000. Okay, and so what this will do, automatically calculate your lot size depending on how much that 200,000 you're willing to risk. So let's say you're going to go 2%, and so therefore your lot size is 40 lots. Okay, you're risking $4,000, 40 lots, 100 pip stop. Simple. And your risk to reward, possible reward, is 6,720. Now, if you go to 2,000, let's say, risk 1%, then obviously your lot size goes down to 20, and you can do it part of that, and possible reward is 3,360. So it just depends on your risk to reward, what you're willing to risk on the chart, of course. So hopefully that's helpful, and that automatically just tells you how to calculate your lot size depending on the amount you're willing to risk. Now, in terms of calculating your lot size for the future, if you're going to have, let's say, a 2% risk on this, then as the account increases, then the lot size will automatically increase as your account increases. So that is compounding. At the very best way to make money is the compounding of your account. Onto the day trading setup. We're not seeing a perfect situation here in terms of volumes because it's all very low volume today, but nonetheless I'm going to go over this with you just so you get to see. So we're onto the Canadian Swiss, which is holding on to market structure. Market structure just means it goes green when it's a buy and stays green, so there's structure to the chart, and therefore the price is highly likely to go up. So there's a couple of things to bear in mind. The first one is we have a swing low in an uptrend, which is exactly what we're looking for on, in this instance, the 1 hour chart. So let me just highlight a couple of points here. So your swing low, trade is still upwards, and the other condition is that the price is above the central pivot, holding on to that. It's above the 50-day moving average, holding on to that. And so it's as good as it gets, to be fair, despite the low volumes, and the price isn't going anywhere. But that's the condition. The other condition which you can, of course, use is the RSI. This is RSI. And you can buy the trade once the price moves above the central 50. Okay, once it's there, so you've got a swing low, you've got the buy above the 50, price goes up to target. You've got the swing low, you can wait for the price to go above the 50 and then buy there, and the price goes up to target. Now, the other thing to bear in mind regarding targets, there's invisible pivots, as I've often mentioned to members. In between R2 and R1, there's an invisible pivot right in the middle, 65.89 in this instance, and it happens on all the time. And so the chance of hitting the R1 are way above 90%, so very, very high reward. Very high risk to reward. So you've got an 18 pip stop here, let's say, with a 40 pip 2.26 risk to reward. So you can do your calculations based upon that. So you've got an 18 pip stop, then you can calculate your lot size accordingly to your account, if you're risking 2% or 1%, whatever you're doing. But just make sure that whatever you're doing, you've got at least 1.5 risk to reward on each trade. So a nice way to have a look at a day trade under normal circumstances would be, this will be moving upwards more than likely. So let's go into the markets. I'm delighted to welcome you to the midweek Forex forecast, and let's see what's going on. Let's move my head around a bit. Let's go over there. So I'm just going to run through the parabolic trends. The parabolic trend, for those who don't know, is when everything goes green for us, and we are position traders, and we use correlation in tandem with parabolic trends. And I'm going to go over that in the next few minutes. So Bitcoin is parabolic to the upside. Congratulations, we had about 5,000 pips on that within a few days. Fantastic move. Congratulations, members. And we are looking for a breakout. This is basically a rising flag, and I've just posted it into the Telegram room, the candles, chart formations So have a look at that if you're not quite sure about that. So this is what we're looking for. We're looking for a breakout to the upside on Bitcoin. Looks like it's very close, so we will be putting maybe a pending order on that one. I'm not going to bother with the US dollar this afternoon because basically it's a waste of time, or the indices, because the whole markets are waiting for the FOMC and the non-farm payroll figures on Friday. So they will all be sideways until then. The one thing I do have an interest in is the Swiss franc. I put this into the VIP room yesterday, and as you can see, let's go into the daily. The Swiss franc has gone parabolic to the downside, as you can see. So there's going to be some new targets that are going to be set. I can do that now. So we can say that there is a target, isn't it? It's come down to that once, twice, failed to break down. This might be the time where it breaks further downward. But in other words, what this means in terms of correlation is the Swiss franc pairs will be going up. Euro Swiss, Pound Swiss, Canadian Swiss, all going up with it. So look out for that. There's a bit of a support for this, and I suspect what's going to happen, you're going to see this happening in the next few hours, something like this. But again, ultra low volumes. Now, of course, the US dollar might be off our radar in terms of trading until all the news is out, but certainly the euro yen is looking very good. I mentioned this the last few days to members, and as you can see, it's come down to the support line of 159.22 and hitting it as we speak now. So we are expecting a buy on this in the next few hours. So look out for that. Pound Canadian is parabolic to the upside. Don't worry about the pullback. It is parabolic. We're making money. As we can see, as long as the price is holding on to price structure, don't worry about the pullbacks. They are just one of those things that happen. And as position traders, we're going to be holding this for a few weeks. We've got a target up here of 171. Nice round figure. So you're going to find that this will start to pull up in the next few hours. Canadian Swiss, we've got a change of character there. Aussie Swiss to the upside. Fantastic move if you're in this. And members are in this, I think, then happy days. The long-term trend, of course, is down. So there is going to be a problem on that trend line there, as you can see that. So there is more room for this to go up. Let's put a target somewhere around there, 58.30, currently 57.83. I've got New Zealand Canadian on my watch list. Oh, yes, that's why. This has gone parabolic, guys. So New Zealand Canadian has gone long. And therefore we have a target of 81.46. So that's parabolic to the upside. Let's make that blue. Pound New Zealand going against us. That's all right. We might get stopped out on this, but nonetheless, low volumes. Let me just clarify this, get a bit closer to the market. We had a breakout, but it was a double top actually on the 4 hour. But nonetheless, the price structure is still holding on. Notice here that the bottom support area of 207.65 is holding. And currently 207.85. We have a stop of 207.44. Our risk to reward is massive, 4.36. So once this comes in, this is 491 pips once it starts to move. But even if we're stopped out, we wait for another breakout and then we'll go for the big one and make sure that the risk to reward is sufficient. Aussie New Zealand. This looks good as well, but I think, yes, as I thought, what's happening here, the Aussie New Zealand has reached the top of its range, and there's a double top here as well on the daily. So if you can see this line here, this is a trend line, and so highly likely to roll over and roll down. So that's not one that we like. Euro New Zealand has changed structure, so if you're in this, it's a good time to be out of it, or hold on to your stopped out if you are still in it. The structure is changing, but I'm not totally convinced of this. I'm going to stick with my target of 185.76. So look out for that. So Euro Yen to the upside, Pound Canadian to the upside, Canadian Swiss to the upside, Aussie Swiss a bit more to the upside. New Zealand Canadian is a fresh trade up to 81.46. Pound New Zealand to the upside as long as it holds structure, and Bitcoin to the upside. So look out for that. The dollars, we will wait until all the news is out and see what's going on. Hopefully you found that helpful, guys. Let me know. Put some comments into YouTube if you fancy. And don't forget, please like and please subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. And if you want to become a member, then all the links are in the description. Have a great day.